Good morning, everybody. It's Collie again at Collie, What Keeps Me Moving. Well, today we're going to work on our shoulders. And to help us with that, we're going to be using our sticks. And I purchased this stick. This was from a company called Sky Sticks. That's their brand. These two, this is about maybe 5 foot, 5'3", something like that. These two I actually purchased and made. This one is 5.5 foot tall. I actually had my sister cut it down for me. And this one is 6 foot. And the different sizes have to do with the different arm lengths that each of us have. Doing some of the movements, if you're shorter and you've got a shorter arm span, then this 6 foot just isn't going to work for you. And if you've got the arm span of an eagle, this little 5 foot isn't going to work for you either. But now, not everyone has these sticks available for them. So I've got a couple of things to show you that you can use instead of. So I'll put this to the side. I will come back to that. How about your household? You got one of these? Yeah, it's a broom or even a mop. My particular broom, it screws out. So the handle might not be as long, but I may still be able to get some of the movements that we're talking about here. And then remember to put it back in so you can find it. Also, you may have a strap handle. Oops, lose a couple of those. Coming back soon. You may have a couple of straps available to you. This one's maybe about 10 feet long. I use it for all kinds of things, but it can be used for what we're going to be doing. The only thing is you just have to be more aware of keeping the fabric taut so that we can get the movements that we're looking for. Last thing you might want to use is back in the day when my husband was out and about and he had his ties available. Well, now I've got a whole bunch of ties and a retired husband. So here we go. We can use these also. However you need to use them. Wrapping them up, main thing, keeping them very taut for what it is we're trying to do. So here we're going to try to use all of these together here just for a little bit, because all I want you to do, we're just going to work the shoulders, working the range of motion in the shoulders, going up and back down, all right? And making these movements as we go all the way back. Now, different people have different ranges of motion in the shoulders. Some of you can put your arms, when you put your arms back like so, you don't see them out like you see mine. Some can go and they're just way back here. I don't have that range of motion. So I have to do what's good for me. See how my arms are out this way. Some of you, that arm is way down here, but that's just not where I am at this time in my body. So I'm using the items that are available to me to keep myself as mobile, as flexible as I can in the body that I have today. So I'm going to start with my little 5-inch Sky Stick. Not 5 inch, 5 foot. So for here, literally, making this nice and easy. Just up, and when you have the stick, you don't have to worry so much about keeping it taut. So here we go. Just up and back. Now, some of you, once you start this in the beginning, you may find you can only go so far, and that's it. Just start where you are. Continue from there. So we're here. Now this, I'm going to go to the side just so you can see where I am right here. So I have the ability right now to go straight up. I know that some cannot do that yet. But that's what we're going to do. Just work on the mobility in our arms. Now the next time I go up, I'm going to hold and then just bring the stick down behind my back as if I were in the gym doing one of those lat pulls. So I keep my arms out, turning out. I almost pulling the stick apart. And I just come straight down behind my neck. And I'm feeling that squeeze a bit in my shoulder blades coming together. Again here. And I'll show you from the back. And just straight down. And you only come as far as you're able today. Now we come all the way back forward. And you can just do some shoulder rolls. See how it feels for you. Now this time we're going to take the stick all the way back. So I'm just going to turn here. So just so you can see. Now I do a lift up. Now for me, you may see I need to stretch my arms out a little more because of the range of motion that I have in my shoulders. So for here, I'm up. Make sure I bring the little ribs, we call it the 11 and 12, we want to bring those back into the body. We don't want to lean out. So bring the stomach back toward the spine here and then pressing back as far as you're able, right here. That's all I've got right now. So then I just come back up. We're taking our time to find the new movement, to find the new flexibility. And if you've not done these movements, the fascia, your underlying connective tissue, it's not ready for this. So you are going to have to give it time to make its way out of here. So I'm going to hold right here. Now, this is what I'm going to look like this way. Like I said, some of you may have a different range of motion, so your hands may be closer together. Remember, you don't want to be poking out this way. Bring the ribs, bring the belly back in toward the back. Now, I'm coming back up and all the way down. Again, some shoulder rolls. Now this time we're going to take the stick all the way back, but you know what? I'm not going to use a stick. Let's see how it looks when I use my strap here, all right? So now I've got to be very aware of how I'm doing this. So I've got to keep this taut, so I'm pulling out. So here we go. I'm going up, turn to the side here. I went back. I'm still holding this very taut here. And from here, let's see if I can go all the way down. Keeping the taunt. And I go back up to here. And I go down. I'm going back up. I'm turning. I'll call this the oh my goodness spot. And I go down once more. Now come all the way back up and around and down. Shoulder rolls. So once you do this, if you feel, I think that's enough, then you stop right there and then you take it up again the next day. Now, if you want to just make it a little flowy here, this is all we're going to do. Same movements, just a little uptick in time here. So we lift up, keep it all going, all the way back, down to the bottom, up, all the way back, and down. That's all we're doing today. And for some of you, you're going to be surprised. I didn't know I could not do that, or I did not know that I could do that. But range of motion That's what we're working with here. Shoulder rolls. And for some of us, that's all we need to do today, all right? The shoulder roll, finding that range of motion in your shoulders here. And now I just bring myself into this really big hug, and I push the shoulders apart, the elbows toward you here. Push, push. I've got space that I'm making between the shoulder blades. Letting go, and then just changing one elbow on the other side. Big hug first. Pull the shoulder blades apart. Press the elbows out. And I'm letting go with that. If you like one more, you can just put one hand behind the back, depending on what kind of movement you have. If this is all you got, that's great. If you can grab hold of the fingers, that's good too. I like to just do a little swirl one way, swirl the other way, releasing, changing wherever you meet. Fingers touch. If not, grab hold of your shirt. Little movement here. Release. Turning back around. And that's all we have today. Next time, who knows what we're going to do. We may come back to the sticks, do some more shoulder work, because there are different things that we need every day. So you don't have to do the same thing all the time. You don't have to always run, and you don't have to always go to the gym. You don't even always have to do aerial yoga. But find the different modalities that work for you, okay? So this is Kali. What keeps me moving? I'll see you next time.